Well, hello there, Tenno. The Ash video is finally here. And him being my second Warframe, I have a lot of strong words for him. Now, Ash isn't bad. Ash is honestly one of the coolest Warframes in his game, and he's actually really, really freaking good. Really good. In a lot of scenarios, he could be really nutty, especially in regular Star Chart, and especially if you build him really well, especially in Steel Path. His 4 is like really good. Unlike Limbo, who needs like a complete look at by DE by like either reworking him or buffing him. Ash just needs a quality of life update that just makes his abilities actually worthwhile to use. Because compared to other frames, Ash isn't like in the middle. He's like in the mid. He's not like below like shit tier, which a lot of Warframes are in shit tier, but like he's in the middle. He's in the middle of the power scale for Warframes, basically. It's because his kit is based on like ninja shit and is really cool. That's why I like him. His like everything about him is ninja, like ninja, and I don't want his abilities to change. Like if he was to get a rework sometime in the future, I really don't want any of his abilities to change. Most of them just need a buff or a quality of life update. So we're actually gonna skip the first ability and go straight to his second, which I have some strong words about. We're gonna get into it right now. So his first ability, Smokescreen, as ninja as it gets, but it's actually one of the worst invisibility in the game because low duration, and even if you build for max duration for this ability, while you're doing that, you're just sacrificing a lot of his kit just for his Smokescreen, and it is not worthwhile. The only time you will actually use this is with the augment, and the augment is pretty decent. The augment makes your teammates go invisible, but it also gives you a 150 critical chance while you're invisible, which is really good. Which is really good, but yet again, low duration, so you have to constantly be in it most of the time. And it's not power hungry either, right? I guess that's the one benefit of him having a short duration of visibility is that you could constantly reactivate it, but that gets really annoying, right? Because either like with Ivara and Loki, they could just have their shit on for as long as they want, literally. And there's other frames that could do invisibility. There's companions that could turn you invisible. There's certain I know there's the one katana in the game, if you do finishers, makes you invisible. Octavia invisibility is better because like you just build shit ton of duration on her, and you're just basically invisible for the entire fucking until you're like you feel like leaving the mission. Ash, on the other hand, unless you're running an augment for this, is really bad. It really doesn't do anything besides just making you invisible. And you know, stealth bonus, of course, while you're invisible. This is only good if you have the augment, and that's a problem because this is just terrible. As an invisibility ability, it needs to have like a high base, like what's it called? I guess base duration on its own, so you don't have to build for duration so much because Ash really doesn't benefit from duration like at all. Besides maybe from his 4, which I'm pretty sure. I think the drain for this for like the mark is based on duration, if I'm not mistaken. But those are like honestly the only two things that really benefit from that. Everything else doesn't really benefit from duration, I like at all, and it sucks. And it sucks. I don't even remember what his passive is. Bleed effects inflict on enemies do 25 increased damage and last 50% longer. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If he was able to proc bleed like crazy, which he can with his 4. But we'll get into it. Now, his first ability is just as basic as a first ability you can get, but the shurikens, ninja ability, I love that. By itself, it's garbage. It's garbage. It is honestly the most terrible, like super terrible. Doesn't do no damage. Like if I summon enemies right now, it's gonna like do no damage. And my power strength is like relatively decently high, if I'm not mistaken. It's like almost 200 plus with malt augmented on. So like it doesn't do anything. Like it does no damage at all. The only The only reason why you use the first ability, if you're using Seeking Shurikens, which is another augment for him, which gives the Shurikens the ability to armor strip. But it's honestly one of the worst armor strips in the game because the way you proc it is by spamming your first. You have to make sure you hit every enemy. I don't have the augment equipped right now, so you can't really see him being armor stripped. But like I keep on saying, there are other Warframes that do that better. His third ability is pretty cool, but it's the same problem with Loki's. But his has a cool little mechanic with it, which we're gonna get you into his four. But first, you could teleport into enemies. Do that. And do finishers every time you teleport to an enemy. But guess what? Can't freely teleport, unlike Kullervo, who's able to teleport to enemies and to wherever he wants to go. Why? Why? It's the same problem with Loki. Why? You already have a Warframe that's able to do that, right? And Kullervo's teleport ability is just like Loki's and Ash's teleport, just with the like the added bonus of you able to teleport to wherever you want to go, right? Ash doesn't have that. Once again, Ash doesn't have like why? Why is that a thing? You'll think since they added Kullervo, and they were like, hey, since we already added a mechanic such as that, it should be as easy as implementing it to the base kit of Ash and Loki to teleport wherever, right? It's the same. Just basically have it be the same thing as Kullervo's, where you just hold, right? You hold it and then you teleport. It could be the same exact thing, but it's not. It is terrible. It does nothing, absolutely nothing. It ties in with your four, which is cool, but it does nothing. Literally nothing. And there's no point to use this. You're going to assume this ability out 100% of the time, or Seeking Shuriken if you still want, I guess, to teleport to enemies while you're far away. That's the only way this is a really good teleport. Unlike, like it's the same thing with Loki, but the only way this would be a good teleport is you're teleporting to enemies from a long distance. So if you build for like shit ton of range, which I'm not building for a shit ton of range, but yeah, you could do that, but you need enemies for that. And what happens if like there's enemies behind walls? Maybe you want to teleport somewhere else. You can't do that because it sucks. Nice 4 is the dopest shit this game has ever produced, known to man. I don't care what other Warframes. It's the dopest ability in this game. Now Ashes 4 is really dope. So you just enter it. It's like a little shadow farm. Fucking screen starts to black out, and then you mark enemies like that, and then you release. And these bad boys could do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. And basically, these guys will be forever marked until they die. Until they die. Yeah. So they're marked until they died. Die, Lord Jesus, English again. So they're marked until they die. Which is really cool. But I think a small gripe I have with this ability is that you have to mark them. You have to mark them first, and then reactivate the ability to release the mark. So like your shadow clones, which I'm calling them, your shadow clones, could actually, like, do their thing. Quality of life is just remove that altogether. Just have it a toggle ability that just drains energy, and then any enemies in the line of sight of you, so it won't go through walls. Okay, gotta balance it somehow. But any enemies that are in front of you, once you have your fourth active, and since we're swapping it to a drain, it'll start draining energy. But as long as enemies are in front of you, your shadow clones will attack them, and as long as you have enough energy, boom, you just have free damage for like a shit ton of enemies for in front of you, and you're not really doing anything besides having a really high energy like drainage, right? But you can also deactivate the ability too. So like it's an active ability that you have on, but it deactivates. That's my only proposal I could see, because this is not a bad ability. It's honestly really good for like high damage, and plus it does slash, and I'm pretty sure there's an augment that makes it a bit better. But his third ability, his teleport, does tie in with this. You can actually join your Shadow Clones for just more damage, like that. And it looks dope. You get a dope ass animation of you just going around just fucking slaughtering enemies. And it doesn't end until you're like the enemies you mark are dead. It doesn't end until the enemies like you mark are dead. And basically this is just for you to do more damage and kill them faster, and it's really good. It's really good, especially in your early mid game. Like it's really good. Basic star chart, you're just deleting everything with Ash. Steel Path, you have to really build him for high power strength and build specifically for his 4, and have an armor strip ability as well on him, so he could actually start doing way more damage in Steel Path. But like I said, Helmeth is a band-aid fix. I mentioned that in my Limbo video. Now Ash, now Ash, like I said, he's not in a state where he needs a rework. He just needs a quality of life update that just makes him feel good to use. Because at his current state, he doesn't feel good to use. He feels dope to use. You feel powerful while you use him. But like, it's just the small. It's like the little stuff that stacks up. It's like, why is the teleport so low? Why does Shuriken do jack shit? Why can't I teleport? And why do I have to reactivate my marks? Right? Why do I have to reactivate my marks to kill enemies? Right? It sucks. It's it sucks, but simple fixes, honestly simple. Shuriken, I guess increase the numbers of shurikens that you throw, because it looks like you just like, I know it has like puncture, so it goes through enemies, but it should be more like a comb, so it spreads more like like a like a half circle in front of you. So like you're just throwing shurikens like just around, all around you, in front of you. So it just hits more enemies. And since it already has puncture, it's gonna go through enemies. It's gonna hit multiple enemies and increase the base damage of it. Just have it do more slash procs. And then boom. And I don't want to make it like since like you can implement the augment, and it could just be standard for this, and then it'd be a really good armor strip that you just throw, and then enemies are just armor strip. That just should be part of his base kit, right? Because at this point of the game, if your Warframe doesn't have like armor stripping or anything that boosts its overall damage, you're gonna struggle in Steel Path. Another thing Ash doesn't really have is survivability. Besides his invisibility, I guess that this avoids him taking any type of damage. Not avoid, but yeah, avoid. Not yeah, I had the right terminology, but avoid damage. Not he's not immune. He's just able to, like, enemies just can't see him, so you're just not gonna get shot. But definitely get back up here. But definitely he just needs a quality of life update. Like most of his abilities, they are very cool, really dope. Everything about him is dope. Like the fashion you could do with him is dope. The only Shinobi like character in this game, literally the only actual ninja of the game. You know, like the whole slogan that they go for, ninjas play free. Well, Ash is the only actual ninja of this game, and he has no love at all. Like everybody loves Ash. Everybody knows that Ash is awesome. Everybody loves Ash. But then like he's in a good spot right now. It's just like these small problems that he has is holding him back by a ton actually, because like I said with the teleport, when you actually realize and you have Kalervo and you play Kalervo for a bit and then you realize Kalervo is able to freely teleport and you jump back to playing Ash and you're like, damn, wow, I wish I could just teleport freely. But you can't. You fucking can't. You're just stuck with a shitty teleport that doesn't do jack shit. Besides, do the little cool animation that for his 4, and his 4, like I said earlier, should be honestly a this line of sight ability. So anything that's in front of you, anything that you can see that's in front of you, it's marked. They're already marked, and your shadow clones just go. They just boom. They just go for it. They just go for it. And the more enemies that you're killing, like that you're killing while your 4 is active, the more energy you drain. But you could just deactivate it, you know, pick up energy, and then reactivate it. It's like a boom boom trade off, right? You're going back in, you're going back in, you're going back out. And you know, sometimes if you don't have energy, if you want to spread like status, you know, you could just get out of it. It's weird trying to like propose ideas that like don't sound like realistic, but I feel like that would be really good for his four. His shurikens, like I said, is to spread more. I know they track. They track. Look at that. They track from a long distance, which is cool. But honestly, you should just throw out more. Let's throw out way more, so enemies are just able to just get absolutely like this is good. And then if you have, like I said, if you have Seeking Shuriken, then you have a decent armor strip on your kit. But you could just assume a better armor strip that just armor strips the entire map, and then you know, then you're free to do all the damage you want. Teleport, honestly, at least increase the duration. At least make it 20 seconds if you have the right duration. Like if I look at my duration, right? If I go to my duration, right? It's at 166, which is just basic. It's not too crazy, right? Right? But if I was to put more duration on this build, this wouldn't get increased by a lot. It's base duration. If can I actually see base like unmodded like this base? Yeah, here we go. Its base duration is 8 seconds. That is terrible. That is honestly terrible. And the only reason you would use this is just to avoid getting detected by enemies, so you don't like get shot at. But the only way this would be useful in like standard kit is with the augment that just gives them 150 critical chance. But like damn. So if you want armor strip and if you want more like if you want your invisibility ability to do more. So basically if you want his two abilities, his first and second abilities to actually do anything, you have to put the augments. You have to put the augments on. That's a problem because augments are supposed to be an alternate way to play your Warframe. I know a lot of Warframes rely on a lot of their augments. Stynex doesn't really need his augment, but if you have it, you can die because you're just overguard. But there's a lot of Warframes that have a lot of augments, and most of them just change the way how you would play the game. Not play the game, but play the Warframe, or just gives them a quality of life update to one of their abilities, right? But a lot of Warframes don't really need their augments at all. Like Excalibur doesn't really need his augments, besides the one for the Exalted Blade. Baruch is really good without his augment, but he's even better with it for Serene Storm. Hildren has augments, but you don't need to use any of her augments at all. Because Hildren at base, with her base abilities, are just juicy as hell. Grendel's also, he doesn't really need it, honestly. There's a lot of Warframes, but Ash, for his two like standard abilities, his first and second, you need to use the augment. You want armor strip, well, you have to put an augment on it for Shuriken to make Shuriken actually worth using. You want to make your freaking your smoke screen to be useful. You have to put an augment on there so it can actually give you a benefit. So 150 critical chance, and plus the added bonus of like any teammates that are near you get like 8 seconds of invisibility. That's whatever. It doesn't really matter. Quality teleport, please, for the love of God. Why haven't they? Is there a problem I'm missing here? Is there a certain problem? Because, like I said, let's bring out Colorbo. We're gonna actually solve this right now, right? We're gonna bring out Colorbo, right? Right? We're gonna show off his teleport. So if you don't know how Colorbo like is, we're gonna show off his teleport so you can see what I mean. Oh, wrong ability. It's his first. Why can't he do that? Look at that. I can freely teleport to wherever I want to go. Look at that. Why can't Ash and Loki do that? This is a really good mobility tool, and you can't really spam it. So, like, see, like that, you see, I didn't have energy. Let me try it again. But I'm pretty sure you can't spam this. Like, you can't just... No, it has a little quick cooldown before... Like, it has, like, a quick, like, second cooldown. Like, you can only... I think you can only do it while on the floor. So, like, so we do it like this. Yeah, so it has a little quick second cooldown that prevents you from, like, spamming it to teleport like crazy. Why can't you not implement that for Loki and Ash? I feel like that'd be the quickest like shit you could do known to known to man. Like I said, I'm not a developer, so I don't know the nitty gritties that go into like buffing frames and like changing something in their kit while breaking codes. But like his Colovo's ability is it's just a copy of Ash's. Look. Watch this. Right? Wow, wow. You could teleport to enemies and you do damage. The Ash's is different. It opens up enemies to finishers. Colovo just straight up attack them. Straight up like that. Straight up like that. Straight up. Look. But that is a carbon copy of Ash's ability, bro. Carbon copy of you able to teleport to an enemy and just attack them. Like I said, Ash's is a bit different. He just opens enemies to to finishers, which is you still doing damage. Finishers, still do a lot of damage. But like this is just a carbon copy of Ash's ability. It's just with the added bonus of you able to look at the freaking range you could get with that too. It's really good for just like if you just want to if you're running already parkouring. Look at that. Look at that. That is so good. If Ash had that, dude, it would make him so cool, bro. It would make him like the coolest shit, dude. And it's just sad that he doesn't have it. Why? I'm trying to wrap my head around for the reason why DE hasn't implemented this for Loki and Ash. Like, is there a reason? Like, please let me know in the comments because is there an actual like reason why they haven't implemented these abilities? Is it just because like they don't want to right now? Like they have too much shit in their plate that they can't really just go back to Ash and Loki to add this feature to them already that already exists for another Warframe? Don't know. Like I said, I just don't know how that works. But I'm pretty sure those are the only three Warframes on the top of my head that can teleport, and the only one that's able to freely teleport is Kullervo. Netu Kullervo is still like relatively new, like a year old, I think. But come on, why? Sounds like I'm whining because I am because Ash, he needs some love. He is a ninja, and their slogan is "Ninjas play free," and the only ninja in this game has so many small problems that it just makes like playing him like why would you play him for besides the aesthetic, of course. Like if you're just playing him for the aesthetic, plus like I said his abilities aren't bad, you still can use them for the base star chart and early steel path. Like, you can still do that 100%. But most of the time you're just playing Ash to be like a dope ass badass with whatever fashion frame you're rocking for him. But bro, if they just give Ash a quality of life update, that's all he needs. He is not a frame that needs a rework at all. He does not need it. Unlike Limbo, where I was conflicted if he needed if he just needed an overall buff or overall rework, it's like I'm still kind of conflicted with Limbo, but I'm leaning for Limbo. I'm leaning more into a rework because a lot like Limbo has a lot of problems with his kit that hit and plus he's has a bad reputation with the community as well for him being for Limbo being the troll frame that people use to just piss off other people. So for him to actually be for him to come back into the limelight, he would need a rework. So like just a change of abilities and like maybe like just change of abilities, don't change the passive, keep the rift. The rift is part of his kit, but just change how his abilities work, and then boom, Limbo will be good. He will no longer be considered a troll frame. But for Ash doesn't need that. Ash is straight up a solid Warframe, solid A tier, right? Yeah, I'm putting him in A tier, right? Some people might say that's like, oh, A tier is a little too high, but no, he is super solid, and especially with his augments, yeah, super solid. But like I said, the augments are supposed to be a different way to play your Warframe, right? Like a lot of Warframes have a lot of augments, but they don't really need them. You can still play the game as whatever Warframe without using the augments. But for Ash, it feels like if you want Armor Strip in this kit, Seeking Shuriken. If you want Smokescreen to be actual useful for you to use it, you need to use, I forgot what the augment is called, but you have to use the augment for that. And Teleport has an augment too, which doesn't do jack. It just sucks. So basically, his 1 and 2 are practically useless at base. Practically useless at base. Besides, just the base benefits that you get from invisibility, which isn't really much at all. Um, I know. Hold up. I know there's something else invisibility does for him. Let me check. I'm pretty. Wait. Let me see. Yeah. So okay. I knew it was missing something for invisibility. It also stuns enemies. But if you're running like not a lot of range, it really doesn't do jack. Plus, you can reactivate it. A lot of invisibility abilities you can't reactivate besides Avara's. Avara's the only one you actually reactivate multiple times. Um, Loki and Ash are the only ones you have to wait until the duration or the timer runs out, and that is not good. If you was able to recast this, the short duration wouldn't mean shit. From what I'm seeing, visual wise, he is throwing an actual smoke screen, like an actual powder bomb, onto the ground for him to turn invisible. Why is he only limited to throw one until the timer runs out? Why? Why? Why is that a thing? Why can you only throw one and then you can't throw another one to either refresh the duration, which honestly will probably be the only way to keep this power like constantly on is by just reactivating it a lot of times, 12 seconds, like every 12 seconds. Maybe just buff it at least, so if you like have enough duration, like let's say like 170 or even like at 160 duration, you get like 20 seconds of it at least. It just sucks. It doesn't do anything. Seeking shurikens don't do much. Yeah, the spread slash, but it's a first ability, so it doesn't do jack shit for damage. Besides, giving them slash proc. And slash is a really good proc to begin with. But like I said, you need Seeking Shuriken for it to for it to actually be like worthwhile using. His 4 coolest ability in this game. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Ash's 4 is the dopest ability in this game. Straight up. It's the most visually pleasing to see happen. Because boom, when you activate it, you literally like you start smoking, right? You start like your body starts smoking and the screen darkens, right? And I'm pretty sure I think there's another combination. I'm pretty sure when you're invisible and then you teleport into an enemy, right? I'm pretty sure I'm not tripping, right? I'm pretty sure it was I'm pretty sure like if you turn invisible and teleport into enemies while your 4 is active, something happens. But I don't. We can test it out right now. But so let's just mark these enemies. We're gonna hit invisible. We're gonna release, and we're gonna teleport. Oh, stealth bonus. Yeah, there we go. Stealth bonus. Boom. That's the only way to play this man is by having his 4 active, and then while you're invisible to get the stealth bonus, teleport into enemies, and then boom, numbers. But like just increase the duration, so like when you're not using your 4 or not teleporting into your 4, because like you're not gonna be really teleporting into enemies all that much if you could just be using your gun to be doing a ton more damage while your shadow clones are already, you know, attacking them, doing damage. So like, come on, DE. Ash is one of those frames. He's the literal ninja of this game. Nobody else has that title. Nobody else has it. Like, if we go through the entire arsenal, He is the only one literally mentioned as a shadowy ninja. Like let's go read his description. Uh, Shirts of Ash. Look, behold the blah 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 or blah, 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 assassination Ash specializes in stealth. Literally, the if I could read his here we go. There you go. So become lethal weapon with Ash Prime featuring. But everybody knows he's the ninja, right? But if we go through it, like the entire arsenal, nobody else has the aesthetic nor the like ability wise as a ninja at all. Nobody else in here. So you're telling me the only ninja game and the only ninja in this game basically doesn't have anything good going for him besides his four, literally besides his four and his seeking shuriken augment, and maybe his augment for freaking keep on forgetting the ability's name, smoke screen, for so his invisibility with the 150% critical chance that you get while invisible for the augment. Basically, that's all he has going for him for right now. Like if he just needs a quality, you don't gotta change none of these abilities at all, at all. You just gotta tweak them, just tweak them, and boom, he's good. Like I said, if you don't like, once you toggle this, because then like if it's still a toggleable ability, right? If they do plan on like giving him a buff or some kind, like he still keeps the cool visual effects while the screen is black. It's just this time you don't have to deactivate the ability for your shadow clones to attack, right? Because boom, shadow clones are attacking while you are just shooting them, like shooting, and then boom, yeah, energy is draining. So the more enemies you kill, boom, the more energy you're draining because you're marking a shit ton of enemies for them to just die. And then and then you just deactivate it whenever you don't need it anymore, right? And then just freaking boom, boom, boom. Teleport. It needs to be the same as Colorful. I keep on saying it needs to be. I cannot stress this enough. He just needs it, and I can't comprehend why he like made Colorbo with the best like teleport out of the teleporting frames that we have, and not take Corlovo's like freely teleport and implement it into Loki and Ash. Why? Did they really said you know what, Colorbo? We're gonna give him a teleport. It's gonna be just like Ash's, but better. And then we're gonna be like, oh, we totally forgot about Ash, bro. That's why I think D are cool. Like I love them. They love their game. I honestly tell that they love their game. But when it comes to like keeping old Warframes up to date, they are extremely slow, right? I get it, live service game, so they have to constantly work on new things to keep player engagement up. But when you leave a lot of frames that need some love behind, especially Ash, because I know Ash has a pretty big community around him that's people that love Ash. Like like trust me, D. Trust me. If you was the buff Ash and I don't know, release a new 10 gen skin for him or something like that, trust me, D, you be making bank. I get it. Ash already has his prime. He's already out. Everybody, go grind for him. But come on, D, if you was to like buff him to be just buff him, he doesn't know no rework. Like I said, he doesn't need it. Just buff him, quality of life update, and then boom, you're gonna see numbers, bro. Because then people are gonna be like, "Yo, Ash is good," and you're gonna see more people. And then I'm actually gonna see trade chat pop off with Ashes because nobody really sells Ash Prime. I haven't seen people. I don't even know how much he goes for. Probably cheap though. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's vaulted right now, so he probably sells for a bit more. But straight up, like one of my favorite frames that has been kind of neglected by DE. I feel like Ash and Inaros, but we all know Inaros is definitely like we all 100% know Inaros is definitely gonna get a rework sooner or later because Inaros is just boring. boring. Unlike Limbo, you can still have relatively fun with Limbo by just being goofy with him. With Inaros, you do jack shit with Inaros besides don't die because of like his like high tankiness, right? But Ash, like I said, Ash is one of those frames where he's very good. A tier, one of like not the best frame, of course not, but one of the best frames, especially for normal star chart. For a new player, if a new player was to like grind for go get Ash Prime, yeah, they will love him. They will like see he'd be like cool visually. He has a lot of cool skins. Like look, bro, you're not gonna be hungry for like any Ash skins because like we got so many cool ones that just make him like that just make him look so fucking cool. Look at this. You have so many versatile like fashion for him that you could do. So he's not starving for any new skins. But hey, bro, a new one would definitely help. A buff and a new skin for him would definitely help, right? Honestly, the new skin you don't have to release it. I feel like a buff alone will like honestly boost like his numbers, like player like play wise, by a shit ton. Because like if you make Seeking Shuriken a part of his base kit, probably tweak it a bit so it doesn't armor strip like a shit ton, probably 50% armor strip for if a shuriken hits the enemy and then you just throw another shuriken, so you just throw two, or maybe it scales off power strength, so you have to build for more strength for Seeking Shuriken. It, just implement that. Just implement it into this base shuriken. Just please, just implement it in base shuriken, and trust me, it'll be like a pretty good armor strip. Maybe, like I said, increase the duration of smoke screen and probably do something else with it. You really don't because the stealth bonus alone is good enough. I don't want to make the augment for smoke screen a part of his base kit. It would be nice to have a part of his base kit. 150 crit is kind of bogus, so let's drop that down by like I don't know 150 50 base, like 50 more crit while you're inside your smoke screen, and then boom, it'll be good. Teleport, don't have to say it again. Please make me teleport wherever I want to go. You could balance it because you already balanced the freely teleport ability with Curlervo, it having a quick second cooldown before you could reactivate it, so you don't spam it, right? His four, just make it where you don't have to deactivate it, and you can just constantly keep on marking new enemies, right? While they're just dying by shadow clones over and over, and it's really good. It would be visually cool to see you just like looking around and just having shadow clones just pop out from the shadows and just freaking slaughtering enemies all around you. That'd be dope. While you're just looking around, slowly doing this, and shadow clones are just popping up, and then freaking all of like enemies are just dying. Bro, that would be the dopest shit. But you can't really do that. You have to mark all enemies and then deactivate, and then you see the little cool animation. Blah 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 blah. But come on, come on, come on, come on. Like if honestly, you really don't really need to change the four if DE really doesn't want to do that for balancing issues. I guess they could just keep it as a thing where you have to mark enemies and then you deactivate. But his other three abilities, please DE. His other three abilities, please. And maybe his passive. Maybe buff the passive a bit. You know, give the passive a little bit more usage for Slash. You know, maybe Slash does more while using Ash, right? I feel like if Ash was able to use Slash more effectively, which he does, he gets the 20% more effectiveness on Slash procs when you're using Ash. Yeah, bleed effects. There we go. Bleed effects do 25 increased damage. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's really good. If you're building for like a slash build, for bleed procs, then bro, yeah. But I feel like just make it a bit higher and make it where Ash has like a specific thing with slash, right? Because you know the 25 what was it again? 25 more damage. Yeah, 25% more damage and 50% longer duration for the procs. I feel like Ash, like I feel like Ash needs to be like try to figure out what I'm trying to go with, like go with this. I don't know, something that's like only he could do with slash procs, right? Because slash is honestly one of the like basic things you'll put on your weapon or just your whatever you try to go for. Because slash is a really good proc. But Ash needs like something that makes him very special for him like with slash. I don't know, something we'll see. I leave the big thinking for passives and like procs and all that to the smart people. But other than that, Ash top tier frame needs some love, loved by the community. Everybody loves Ash. Everybody agrees Ash is the dopest looking fucking Warframe. In my opinion, he's the dopest motherfucker. Even doper than Gauss. But Gauss is still number one because Gauss is just hella fun to play. Ash, like he's my number two because fashion wise looks dope, ability wise are pretty dope, and they tie in with his aesthetic. Him being a ninja, almost dropped my controller. Him being a ninja, like you don't see a lot of warframes with like matching abilities that match their aesthetic this hard. Like a lot of warframes, yeah, most of their abilities match their aesthetic of what they're going for, but none do it as good as Ash. None do it as good as Ash. Like boom, shuriken, smoke screen, and I guess a teleport. But like dude, you know what would be cool if they just wanted to change, like not be exactly like Colorvo's ability. Dude, just make it where you like, I don't know. I'm about to bring my weeb side out of here. You throw a projectile and you're like depending on your range, wherever that projectile is going, you just like Whis ability, like Whist's ability, like how she throws out a clone and she's able to freely teleport. Let's have Ash throw like a kunai or some shit. Boom. Like Minato from Naruto. Like boom, you throw a fucking kunai, you're able to freely teleport to it, or throw a kunai on the ground and then like freely teleport to there. So you're able to throw one to the wall over there and then teleport to the wall. So it's not exactly like Colorvo's. So they won't. So like you know, it's not exactly like Colorvo's. It'd be different and it'd be dope. It'd be the dopest shit ever. It'd be weird to use because it's a projectile that you throw that you teleport to. But come on, D, that would be the dopest shit known to man. Like, yeah, screw it. If you don't want to make his teleport like Colorvo's, just make it unique then. Just make it where he throws a projectile that's able to stick to surfaces, or like depending if it's still in the air, you just teleport to it. And plus, visually, just make it visually seen that it's actually somewhere. Like so, like if you do throw it in there, you can actually see where it's at. So let's make it have like a bit of a glow. So like you can see where you're gonna teleport to. So like boom, and then you could just react tap the ability again to teleport, and then honestly just remove the feet and then bro, and then yeah, that's it. And you can still keep the normal feature. Like if you're looking at an enemy and you click the ability, boom, you'll teleport. Keep the ability to teleport into your Serene Storm. Not Serene Storm. What's the ability called? Blade Storm. There we go. Blade Storm. Uh, but yeah, dude. Ah, that's so cool. I had to bring up my weeb side for that. For like, yeah, just make the teleport more like Minato's teleport. Just you throw a fucking kunai. That'd be the dopest shit ever. It'd be a teleport that's really good, right? Because you're just throwing a projectile, and you're able to stick it to surfaces too. So like, honestly, it'd be like a weird teleport ability, because like you're throwing it like it's an actual projectile that you're throwing that's able to stick to things. But come on, like it's hard to see like the usage of like those type of abilities where you're able to like to throw something down and run away and then teleport back to it. But that would be cool. I don't think there's a Warframe that has an ability like that they place something on the ground or like a projectile and they could just reactivate it to teleport back to where they originally was. Um, but bro, please, because it'd be really good because then you could throw your projectile over there, and while you're like boom, you could just teleport, boom. It'd be really good. It'd be really good. It'd be different enough from Colorvo's, so it won't be a carbon copy of his free teleport. But bro, please, D, I will pay so much money for you to just add that type of teleportability into this game. If you won't give it to Ash, just give it to like another ninja type frame, please. I know they're revealing a new revealing new information of the new Warframe that's coming to the game on Friday on the new dev stream. So I'm definitely gonna tune up in that, and we'll see. Hopefully some news about maybe some Warframes getting some buffs. We'll see. Maybe some Ash news, please. I'm just please. And basically that's everything for Ash. It's shorter video because yeah, it has strong words against them, but like I said, one of the best frames in this game. I might go play a couple missions with him after I'm done with this video. I might do some fishers. Uh, so the next Warframe will probably be, I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting to that stage where I don't know what Warframes I really want to put into review, quote unquote. Because this is basically what I'm doing. At this point, I'm just reviewing Warframes and just suggesting ideas that make them better. Um, like I just honestly don't know who I want to do next. Maybe Atlas. I don't have Inaros, so I can't make an Inaros video. But most of these, maybe Trinity, because Trinity has been left in the gutter. OG support Warframe, but Wisps and Citrine are 10 times better. Really good. She probably needs a rework. Keep the whole thing that she's a support, but make her support abilities really good for her being a support, right? Um, but that's like a little quick. There we go. There we go. Just a quick little thing for you guys. So I won't have to make an actual full video of Trinity, which most likely won't actually people won't watch. But other than that, there's no other Warframes. Maybe like I said, I might make a Banshee video because Banshee also needs a little bit of love. Um, but nobody else besides Inaros. Like I said, Inaros, come on, man, he needs a full-on rework. Just change his ability so he's more fun and engaging to actual play the game with. But everybody else here is pretty good. They're in a good stage. Ivaro doesn't need any changing. Grendel's fine. Garuda is fucking awesome. Haro doesn't need any change. Frost is fucking nutty. I don't care what people say. Frost is awesome. Chroma, maybe. Chroma just needs a buff, to be honest, because he used to be really good, but he's outclassed by a lot of other Warframes. Um, Chroma used to be really good. I remember Chroma. But I'm not trying to drag out this video by talking about random frames. So, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Leave a comment of what type of Warframe you want me to review. If I can't really think of anything by the time like I see any comments, or if like this video doesn't get any comments, I might try something different with Warframe content. Don't know what. We'll see. But like I said, thank you.